Are you looking to buy property in Germany? Now is the perfect time to buy because the market is a little bit softer than it was in 2021. And if you are clever, you find the good listings out there. And in this video, I'll show you how to find the right properties for you, where you can move in straight away and which are below 250,000 euros. So for international property buyer who is maybe based in Germany or is commuting to Germany, you might have realized it's not that easy to secure a mortgage in Germany. You need German income, you need to have a German address, etc., etc. So if you have spoken to your bank, I suggest always to have a word with a German bank, and they have supplied you already with a ballpark figure what you can afford. Just for you to be aware of, 500 euros are around 100,000 euro mortgages. So if you are looking for a 250,000 euro property plus the transaction cost, you will have around 1,500 euros per month to pay off to the bank, so that interest and repayment of capital. Of course, you have additional costs like fixing up the apartment, energy bills, all the usual utilities, all these kind of things, which I have not taken into account. But the first step before you start actually looking for a property is to be clear on the budget you're having, clear if you get a mortgage, and if so, what are the conditions you're having. And I recommend if you talk to your bank, your German bank, and you get already an indication, then that's the right time to either contact a broker like us or start with your property search. Starting with your property search means also to get to know a little bit the market, and this always starts on the internet. So what I'm doing now in this little video here, I'm showing you how to find, well, first of all, the right portals to search for, and how to actually work with this. The main thing you need to be aware of, it's pretty much all in German. There are no real English portals in Germany listing German properties, so you need to have either a Google translator on your browser or just, get the basic words in German. So I'm now showing you how to use the right portal. The right portal I would suggest for you is is a portal called Immobilien1.de. You can see it here on my screen. So this is a portal called Immobilien1. Why I'm recommending this portal is, first of all, it's the portal that is being owned by all estate agents and realtors here in Germany. So it's free of charge for you as a client, and it's very cheap for the brokers to advertise here. So many brokers in Germany are saving costs. So they would advertise when they have a new property first on Immobilien1, and then they go to all the other portals there, but they're much more expensive. So this is basically the portal most brokers are using these days to list the properties. So that's step one. You go on the portal. Let's say you are looking in the city of Berlin and you want an apartment and you have a budget up to 250,000 euros. So here is what you do. We start searching. So you see there are different listings until 250,000. So what I'll do, let's start with the cheapest property first. So what do you get as the cheapest property first? So the cheapest property is 99,000 euros. So 99,000 euros, as you can see here, is in a brutalism building. So either you like the design or you don't. You can see it's in we call that in a pretty poor condition. You need to do something there. The bathroom, the kitchen, It's a one-room apartment, so we call that a studio. 99,000 euros. It's 32 square meters. That means that we're looking around 3,000 euros a square meter, which is a so-called entry market. But there's a big word you need to be aware of. It's called vermietet, and that means it's a tenanted apartment. So the reason why this apartment is cheap is because it's tenanted. And if you buy a tenanted apartment, you cannot move in yourself. You have to actually claim self-usage. You need a lawyer, you need to go to court if the tenant doesn't want to move out, etc., etc. And this can take a year, it can take 6 months, it can take 2 years. But it also means that you cannot claim self-usage. You might going to lose the case in front of the court. So whatever it says tenanted, the tenant will not leave the apartment except you basically settle with the tenant and you pay him additional money. So this apartment is tenanted, and so basically it's not an apartment you can move in straight away. But that's why we're not actually checking this listing, because our target is within your budget to find a property that you can afford to move in straight away. So then we actually see Kapitalanlage, which is the German word for investment property. So this is again Kapitalanlage, nothing you can move in. Kapitalanlage, Kapitalanlage, Kapitalanlage vermietet, which means tenanted. So there you have a listing in Berlin for now, which is a nice area, pure residential area of Berlin in the north, very nice. You can see it's an elderly building. You might, be in need of renovation. Absolutely, the bathroom is quite out of date, so you need to do a new bathroom. Here you go. So there are a lot of things you need to do. It's a studio. It's not a one bed, it's a studio. It's 31 square meters and it's 124,000 euros, which is a good price, I have to say. For an apartment, it's a very good price. This is in the penthouse, so just under the roof. We have a one-room apartment built. The year of build is 1965. So this is something where you have to check on the energy standard. You can see already here is an oil heating, central oil heating, which means in the next few years you must change the heating system. So there will be additional cost for you as an owner, as a communal owner in that building. You have to, all the owners have to change the energy system, and you have to be part of that fee. So you have to pay for it. The good thing is you have a garage, which is pretty good, and the area it's in Berlin for now, which is a nice area in the north of Berlin. So actually something you might want to look into, but please be aware of that the purchase price is low because you do need to have to renovate it. A bathroom like this would be minimum 10-15 grand to fix, plus all the other renovations, and the additional energy bills you have to cover until there will be a modern energy system in place. Sadly, this agent hasn't listed a floor plan, at least I can't find it, but that's definitely a property you should contact a property you should consider and even contact the agent, and it's a fair good price. As you see, it's at 25,000 euros, so around 20%, 30% more expensive than a tenanted apartment. So we now gonna check the more expensive units just below the 250,000 euro price range. And we say you maybe want to have a one bed. The studio is a little bit too small. So let's start with 40 square meter. And I think 40 square meter should start with one beds. So let's see what we have. Yeah, here we have a nice little apartment for exactly 250,000 euros. So within your budget, we're talking about 47 square meters. Yeah, it says Selbstnutzer, which means people who can move in, and of course investors both can buy it. We have it one bed, one bedroom, built in the year 1865. So that's pretty old. That means you will probably have a pretty poor energy standard, but let's continue to go it. It's modernized. It says you can move in. It also says it's currently tenanted, and that's what you're having here as a yearly net rental income. It's a gas heating, so at least no oil heating. So if you go through that little text here, it says within the city center of Altstadt-Spandau, which is the west district of Berlin. You have a unit or an apartment on the first floor, built in 1865, 47 square meters, one bed. The bathroom has been modernized in 2021. Here you go. The kitchen, there's a new kitchen that has been built in 2019. The electricity is and the pipes are from the year 1990, so that will be something you need to fix in the next few years, I would say. All the community has to fix it, and the facade has been painted in the year 2019. It also says here that the tenant might move, and you can basically decide what you want to do. In case you're going to go buy a property like that, you definitely should fix that in the purchase contract with your lawyer, that this apartment has been sold to you vacant, not tenanted. That's very, very important. Because otherwise you'll have a sitting tenant which is not moving out. So that's definitely a good one. Definitely contact this broker. Yeah, so that's basically what you check. So just for you to understand, first of all, if you want to buy property for less than 250,000 euros, make sure that you get lending if you don't have the money in cash. And if you want, please contact us. Please contact your house bank, as we say in German, so your lender here in Germany, where you usually deal with, if they actually offer finance for you. And if not, please let us know. We can provide you with international mortgage brokers who are specialized in this field. So that's step one. Make sure the budget is clear and you know what you actually get from your bank. Step two is, start your search. Get an international broker, a realtor, wherever you are in Germany, who's going to start the property search for you. You can register on our website. It's free of charge. We only get paid as brokers after we have secured the property for you. So that's basically step number two. And please be aware of it's you need time. It's not happening overnight. In Germany, everything is a bit slower than in other countries. So I would minimum give it 3 months from the day you hire us to find a property or you start yourself until the day you have secured a property. Because you do need to go through a lot of details before buying it. You need to make sure that property is actually what has been advertised on, the price being negotiated properly, and you have made the structural survey, the bank is happy with the property, etc. So that takes some time, and most of our clients are investing 3 to 6 months before they have found the property. And we even had clients for 18 months, 12 months, 18 months, which is not an exception. So 3 months is a fast process, 6 months is realistic, and everything above the 6 months means that you're either having expectations which are not realistic or the property market is very, very difficult. So that's basically the second point. So please invest a little bit of time into the research, use international agents and brokers. And thirdly, it's not always about the purchase price. It's also about the condition, about the apartment. There are a lot of tenanted apartments which look cheap, but actually they're not cheap because you cannot move in, so they don't solve the problem. And then of course there's a lot of stuff you need to check on the quality of the apartment, energy. It's very important to check the transaction costs. It's one part, but the management cost of that apartment, how much you have to pay, to renovation. So all of this has to be taken into account before you actually make a decision and buy. So if you like what I'm just telling you, and if you want to talk to us, and if you want to refer us, please say thank you and comment under this YouTube channel and register on our website. And looking forward for your contact. Thank you for watching this video.